Hi everybody. Today we're looking at the Buck Bantam. My son is 9 years old. Was wanting another pocket knife. He's got a couple that he got for selling Boy Scout popcorn, and he got for prizes. But they're not really name brand knives, and so he wanted to get something that he felt like was a little bit higher quality, even though they're fine knives. He wanted something with a little bit of a name brand. So he and I like to watch knife reviews on YouTube and things, and we came across a review by Nut and Fancy, who does a lot of knife and equipment reviews of the Buck Bantams. Now they have a smaller one that has less than a 3-inch blade, and have a bigger one that has about a 3 7/8 inch blade. I think it's close to 4 inches. This one has a 3 1/8 inch blade. We felt like it would probably, or he did, felt like it would fit his hand a little bit better and be a little better size. Nut and Fancy said that if he was going to EDC one of the three, that this would be the one. It's not too big, it's not too little, and it's a comfortable size to carry. Now, my son likes the camouflage pattern, so you can also get this knife in black. And he got his from Knife Center. We ordered it. He got the camo pattern, and it came in. I think it's real tree. It's pretty. It has pretty brown. It's pretty strongly brown. Not a lot of green in it, which I like, and he does too. We think it looks nice. Um, it has a pocket clip here on the side. Now, you can't change a pocket clip's position from top to bottom or left to right. So, since he's right-handed, it fits him fine. But if a guy wanted to change it from a tip down to tip up carry, or put it on the other side, you don't have that option. So that's just something to be aware about, in case you're looking at this knife. It does got a nice lanyard hole here in the back. That's good to use in case you're over water or really high up and you're afraid you might lose your knife. You could run your lanyard through there and run it around your wrist or something. So that's a handy thing to have. It just gives you another option. It's something that you don't have to use. It's got a couple of grooves back here on the back to give you a little better grip up here on the front. One thing Nut and Fancy pointed out on this knife is it fits your hand this way to use as a less than lethal striking device. So in other words, if somebody maybe grabbed your hand or something, or grabbed you by the arm, you might use this to hit their hand or something like that. But I don't anticipate us using the knife for that. But it's, here again, it's another option and something to think about. Now this knife is Buck's 420 high carbon, which Buck uses in a lot of their knives. Their heat treat is good on it, and everybody I talk to that has a Buck and 420 high carbon has a lot of luck with it. So it has a mid-lock lock back, which, a lot of lock backs used to, the lock was back here towards the back. Now they're starting to move them up a little bit closer to the front of the knife, and I think it makes it a little handier to open and shut. You can have the knife more in a normal carry position in your hand to open and close it. Now here's the knife open, marked nicely Buck across the top here. Has model number, I'm guessing 285, and this little sideways T, that's Buck's date code. Every year Buck changes that so you can date your knife. So I'm guessing this is a 2008 mark, but I guess it could be 2007. It's pretty new style knife for Buck, I think, so it's probably a 2008. This part here is unsharpened, but I think it adds a lot of character to the blade. It looks nice, and it would make it penetrate things easier. If you were going to cut, say, cardboard or something, it gives it a little bit finer point to it. When we got the knife, the blade was a little dull, I guess, from the manufacturing process. It had a little oil on it or something that dried, and it may have been something to keep rust from forming on it in case it sat for a while. We polished that off good with a little wheel polish. It looks real nice. One thing about these knives that Nut and Fancy mentioned was that it doesn't have steel liners inside. It just has kind of a honeycomb pattern inside to give it reinforcement. So you can flex the handle just a tiny bit if you really push on it, but it feels really strong, and it feels really good in the hand. Your thumb falls right up here on your serrations. Your index finger falls right into this groove, and the rest of your hand goes around the back. So it feels really good, and he's had a lot of fun. He's done some whittling with it and things and carried it around, and he's really liked it. So I think this knife was about $17.95. So we think it was a good buy, and he looks forward to using it a lot. And that's all we have on the Buck Bantam. Thanks.